Hey Essence Tribe, welcome to today's mini sequence. We are going to work on the IT band and it is going to feel so good. So many of us have really tight IT bands and it affects everything up and down the chain in the body. So we're going to work on some very specific movements today to open the IT band. Remember, in these mini series, I'm just going to show you the exercises and you can either write them down and remember them and take 8 to 10 breaths in each posture, or longer or shorter depending on how your body feels. But I just want to give you an idea in these little mini videos of some exercises that you can do to really target some specific areas in the body. Okay, so IT band today, let's get to it. So the first place you're going to find yourself to open the IT band is seated. Okay, you're going to take a seated posture, and when you come to your seated posture, one leg will be crossed in front of the other. So rather than crossing in a half lotus or crossing in like, I don't know, cross-legged pose, crisscross applesauce like we would do in school when we were little, you're going to have one foot in front of the other. Okay, so when you find this spot, really glue your sit bones down to the earth, and you're just going to simply walk the fingers forward, hinge at the hips. So the hands forward are there to stabilize you, but also to press the sit bones back so they stay glued to the earth as you hinge forward. You're going to feel that stretch on the outside of your hips, so really breathe into it. 8 to 10 breaths on that side. When you come to the other side, you need to switch your feet. Okay? So simply switching. If the right leg was in front before, now the left leg is in front. Glue the sit bones down. Walk your hands forward, pressing the sit bones back and hinging at your hip crease. And coming up. We'll come into a low lunge now. So one foot will come forward. The knee tracks over the ankle. And the opposite hip is just descending and moving forward. Try and keep this knee in line with the ankle. There'll be an option here in a second to let the knee come out into lizard. You can have the hand to the thighs, shoulders roll down your back. Just pause here for a moment. Then we'll come into a revolved version of the low lunge. So if the left foot is forward, your right hand will come to the inside of the left foot. Now your task here is to keep that knee tracking over the ankle as you rotate towards the left, if the left knee is forward, and lift the fingertips up. Okay, so holding here for 8 to 10 breaths. You can come back to center. Still in this low lunge position, if the left leg is forward, that's the example that I'm going to use right now so you can see. You're going to scoot the foot forward and turn it out towards the left a little bit. We're coming into lizard pose. So you have the option of keeping the sole of the foot to the mat or coming to the knife edge of the foot as you allow your knee to drop open. You can have the hands to the inside of the left foot, or you can come down on your forearms on the earth or on a block. Okay? So the body, the heart is reaching forward. The hands or the forearms are on the earth. Either sole of the foot on the mat as you track forward, or come onto the knife edge of that foot, allow the knee to drop open and track forward. Holding here, 8, 10 breaths, maybe a little bit more. This one can be very intense, so feel free to come into it and then come back out of it again. So from this same general position, left leg forward, you'll do this on both sides, remember. You're taking the left foot and pointing it right off the long edge of the mat, and you're going to come onto the knife edge of the right foot. Okay? So you're sinking down here, and then you're going to reach the left arm back. So as that right hip descends towards the earth, it's pulling on the whole outside band of the body. And that rotation just gives it a little bit more of a tug. So the left foot is planted, toes forward to the long edge of the mat. You're on the knife edge of the right foot. Okay, you're just letting that hip descend towards the earth. Strong in the right hand, shoulder away from ear, reaching back. Don't forget to breathe. We'll do that both sides. Okay. When you're done, you'll come into that half splits variation. So starting out from lunge position, I'll do it this way so you can see. Lunging forward like we were, but then you'll bring the hips back towards the heels and draw the toes up towards your nose. This you hinge. Okay, breathing into it. Now if the left foot is forward, we're going to revolve this half splits. The right hand will be to the inside of the left foot, just like you did in your lunge twist. But this time the hips are back, and you're going to revolve up. Hand does not have to be lifted. It can be on your hip. The idea is that you're drawing that left shoulder blade onto your back. Spine is nice and long, so the heart reaches forward. 8 to 10 breaths here, both sides. This left hip, if the foot's forward, is going to want to come up to Cheetah the pose. Press it down. The bum is descending towards the earth. The hamstring faces down and rotating from the thoracic spine here. And coming back through center, you're going to stand up. Coming into that pyramid shape again, or not again, you would have done it if you did the hamstring flexibility mini series. So pyramid pose. One foot is forward, one foot is about 2 feet behind it with the foot on a slight angle. Now you don't want the feet on a tightrope like this. You want them on train tracks like this. Back foot is slightly turned out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. So my left foot is forward right now, so I'm pulling my left hip back and pressing my right hip forward. Hands can come to the shin, or you can bring the hands to the earth. Maybe you have some blocks that you can use to bring the earth closer to you. So take a couple breaths just in this regular pyramid pose. And then if you want to go a little bit further, you can come into revolved pyramid. I would recommend having a block or a stack of books to the inside of your left foot, if that is the one that's forward. Place your hand on, and then you're going to rotate open to the left. So my left leg is open, rotating towards the left, left hand to left hip. Long spine, twisting to the left. Glue that left hip back in space, because it's going to want to pop forward to cheat you out of this pose. Glue it back in space. Lift the arm if that feels comfortable for you. You're tracking forward through the crown of your head. Breathe. Solid in your feet. Glue the footprints to the earth. 8 to 10 breaths here. Okay, so both sides. So you can take that sequence of poses, one after the other, 8 to 10 breaths for each pose. You can mix them up. You can take all one side and then do the other side. You can create your own little flow, whatever you need to help open that IT band, that side body opening around the hips. Do that, enjoy, and make sure you breathe, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye.